In this video, we're going to be talking about Solana. We're going to be analyzing the price of Solana to see where price is going, basically giving a technical analysis upon Solana. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe as I'm trying to get 600 subs. As well as that, before investing into Solana, please do your own research as I'm not a financial advisor. So looking on CoinMarketCap, you can see here that on the daily chart, you can see that Solana has been pretty much bullish. You can see here that we did reach the low of $80.3, and then from then onwards we did have the initial break of structure, which therefore led towards the uptrend, reaching the highs of $82.65, which is looking really nice. And then we did have a pullback towards this demand zone, and price pretty much did respect this demand zone as we did have a reaction from this. So yeah, it's looking good. We're making higher highs essentially. Could possibly mean that we are bullish again, possibly breaching past 82.67. So yeah, it's not looking too good. It's not looking too bad on the daily. But if we go over to the weekly, you can see here that pretty much Solana is still in a very consolidating phase. You can see here we've still been trading within the range of $84 and the lows of 80.5. So once we breach past this range, then we should have another leg towards upside. But you can see here we did have the highs of 89.4 being reached this week, but due to the current market conditions of Bitcoin as well, we did have the pullback towards the downside. So if we go over to TradingView to look at Solana, what can be said essentially. So you can see here we did have the accumulation, the distribution, and then we did have another accumulation. But it looks like price did not respect. Pretty much, I feel like there's liquidity based above this. But I feel like this will be an initial target that price will take out, and then once we take out this, we could possibly reach higher than $106 essentially. But so far, what can be said, you can see we did have the accumulation schematic here, but we're still waiting for pretty much a breach of this. Once we have a break of structure from this, and then therefore we should have pretty much a clear break of structure, and then we could have a change in character essentially. But if we look on the hourly to see how Solana is getting on, you can see not much movement on the daily. You can see we just pretty much been trading within this range of 84.39 and essentially 80.03. So it looks like we are having a little accumulation schematic being played out. You can see here we have the selling climax, the secondary test in phase B, and then this is actually, but I'd say this is more of a lower time frame accumulation. Whereas I feel like the higher time frame accumulations have a bit more meaning to it behind it. Because if we do have a look on Bitcoin in a few moments, I'll show you what I mean. But other than that, we can see here we've had the spring, and then we had the retest, and then from the retest we should have, for the spring, I feel like we should have had a bit more of a initial pump towards upside. But it is what it is, but we're gonna have to wait and see on how price respects this demand zone. If not, we could have another low, essentially pretty much taking out all the liquidity base below 80.04, or we could have another impulse towards the upside. But what is the main targets for next week? My main target for next week would possibly be taking out this liquidity zone here, and then possibly even reaching the highs of 106. But I feel like this will only happen if Bitcoin is in the right state of mind. Because if we look at Bitcoin, let me just go over to Bitcoin. You can see here that Bitcoin is pretty much bearish essentially. You can see here that on the higher time frame, we can see on that this is pretty much the, if you go over to the 4 hour, you can see this on more of a higher time frame accumulation schematic, which therefore does lead to a higher impulse. And you can see here that this was people would call this a lower low, but if you do go into a lower time frame, you can see that pretty much a perfect pretty much a textbook distribution schematic was played out. You can see the buying climate secondary, so yeah, which therefore, and then we did have this very strong demand zone, very strong supply zone that price did tap into, and then therefore we did have the initial drop towards the downside, and we're gonna have to wait and see on how price reacts to this demand zone. So yeah, but other for Solana, my main target would possibly be around $106 essentially. But we're just gonna have to wait and see on how price is. and how Bitcoin is, as Bitcoin is the leader of all the coins. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as I'm trying to hit 6